You know, you're making choices all day long, big and small. But what if the very way you're framing those choices is actually trapping you? Today, we're going to dive into a simple but really powerful mental shift that can totally change how you see the world around you.
Just think about your day so far. How many times have you asked yourself one of these questions? Was that meeting good or was it bad? Was that decision I made right or was it wrong? Our brains are basically wired to do this. It feels super efficient, like a quick shortcut to an answer. But are they really the right questions to be asking?
Because what if forcing that simple choice means we're missing the real story? What if that easy, black or white answer is actually hiding a much more colorful and honestly, a way more interesting reality that's just waiting to be seen?
So this tendency to think in extremes, well, it actually has a name. It's a cognitive pattern that so many of us fall into without even realizing it. Let's call it the black and white trap.
See, our brains just love efficiency. They're all about shortcuts. And one of the easiest shortcuts out there is to just slap things into these high-contrast, all-or-nothing boxes. Good or bad, for me or against me. And yeah, it feels clear, it feels decisive, but there's a hidden cost, and that cost is nuance. We end up flattening this beautifully complex world into a simple two-dimensional picture.
Okay, so let's give this pattern its more formal name, because there's real power in being able to name something. Right? The minute you can identify it, you can start to see it in your own thinking. The term is achromatic thinking. And what's so cool about this is the word itself. Achromatic literally means without color. It's the perfect metaphor, isn't it? This way of thinking just drains the world of all its shades, its tones, its vibrancy, and it leaves nothing behind but that stark contrast of black and white.
And right at the very heart of achromatic thinking is that simple phrase, either or. It's a mental setup that forces you to choose between two polar opposites, and it often creates what's called a false dilemma. It tricks us into believing that only one of two extremes can possibly be true, when the real, messy, interesting truth is usually found somewhere in that huge space in between.
And this, right here, brings us to the core idea. This is the pivot point of this whole explainer. The way out of the trap isn't about choosing black or choosing white. The source material I drew from for this puts it perfectly. If achromatic thinking is all about either or, then discernment is the perspective of and also.
That one simple switch from or to and, well, that's our escape hatch. It's a concept with some incredible power, so let's really dig into what and also thinking can do for us.
Just take a look at this comparison. Either or simplifies reality, and also embraces its complexity. Either or rushes to a judgment, and also seeks real understanding. Now, the crucial point here is that this isn't about avoiding a conclusion, not at all. It's about arriving at a more thoughtful, more complete one by holding multiple truths at the same time. It's literally the difference between drawing a line in the sand and building a bridge.
I mean, think about it. The word and is one of the most powerful tools in our entire mental toolkit. It doesn't force you to pick a side. It makes space for two things, even two things that seem like they shouldn't fit together, to both be true at the exact same time. That is the secret to unlocking all that nuance we've been talking about.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do we actually apply it? How do we make this a real habit in our day-to-day lives? Let's get practical and see what discernment looks like in the real world.
It's really just a simple three-step process we can all practice. Step 1, identify. Just start to notice when you're making an either-or judgment. The moment you hear that internal voice say, this is good or it's bad, just pause. Step 2, replace. This is the magic move. Consciously swap out that word or for and also. And finally, step 3, explore. Just sit with that new sentence for a second. See how it feels. Explore the new possibilities that it opens up. Let's try it with a few examples.
Okay, think about a movie you saw. Instead of just calling it good or bad, you could say, you know, the plot was pretty weak, and also the performances were absolutely incredible. See? Both can be true. Or think about your own life. I'm disappointed in how this turned out, and also I'm really proud of the effort I put in. It allows you to hold the complexity of your own feelings. This works for everything, from big projects at work to difficult conversations with people you care about.
So what's the big payoff here? What's the point of practicing this simple little shift every day? Well, it leads us to something incredibly valuable, a more nuanced view of, well, everything.
Because ultimately, this isn't just some clever communication trick. It's a fundamental shift in perspective.
It moves us away from being simple judges who just hand out quick verdicts on everything we see. And it moves us toward becoming genuine learners, always seeking a deeper, more empathetic, and more accurate understanding of our world, our work, and even ourselves.
So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. The next time you find yourself about to make one of those simple either-or judgments, just pause for a second and ask yourself this: what important truth am I missing by only looking for one?